I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstar. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spotlight Over the City. I am your host, Stan Long, and I got a new sitting co-host. You already know who she is. She's not really new. The one and only Sassi Whayz. Welcome to the studio, Sassy.
Well, thank you for having me back. They know out there in Streamland that I am the honorary co-host. So
the honorary. Said it all. That's the facts, y'all. That's the facts. She is definitely the honorary.
Yes, indeed.
And it is a pleasure to have you on board. I thank you for coming in and filling in and doing a wonderful job as you always do. It's a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. I feel like it's been forever since I've seen Stan the man.
So I'm kind of one-arming it, y'all, so you got to work with me. I'm kind of off balance today, so I'm trying to get it popping. But I definitely have a great show today. We have Hilari Younger. I'm sorry, I want to make sure I get the name right. Hilari Younger Styles. I almost left off Styles. In the building, and we're going to tell you a little bit about her a little later on during the show. She'll be up on the second half. But the first half, of course, we always do Spotlight News, and it's crazy once again. But before we get into it, I want to dedicate this show to everybody in Mexico that's going through it because it is a really tough time. Do you guys see the tough times that's going around the world? Do you see what's going on out here right now?
You know,
wake up call.
It is like unbelievable. 45 came in and threw the entire universe off balance, like
45. That's what I call him too. 45.
Let me tell you, 45.
Your president.
45 is doing
45
something terrible.
Something else, ain't he?
Terrible.
45 had a conference. Excuse me, y'all. I'm trying to get my chair together. 45 he did a speech, and he was talking to the UN. He addressed the UN, and 45 said something that I thought was totally crazy. He thanked the leaders of these countries for helping his friends become wealthy. I couldn't even believe he said it. I'm like, are you serious right now? Like,
he's exposing.
Why don't you just thank him for the Atlantic trade slave, like the Atlantic slave trade? Thank him for everything. They just go all the way. If you wanted to, we know that our country is rich in minerals and the whole nine. We understand that, but I didn't think you were so bold as to come on and make the announcement to the UN. And I thank all of y'all leaders of these African countries for helping my friends get wealthy.
But are you really shocked and surprised? This man is trying to lead a nation via Twitter. I mean,
no,
really.
He is leading a nation.
You understand what I'm saying?
Via Twitter, right?
Nothing that Orange or 45 does is surprising to me. I just am shocked and appalled. So I'm hoping that this is a wake-up call for all those who chose not to exercise their right to vote. Do you see how imperative and important it is that you go out and utilize what many fought so hard for?
That's a
this
fact.
is prime example right here. This man is trying to strip everything. Did you see that he's trying to ban child support?
Oh, that definitely doesn't surprise me. I was actually surprised that didn't happen already. I'm not surprised. And it's going to happen, of course.
Unfortunate.
But, I'm going to tell you something, though. For a lot of people, that is very unfortunate because some people are in positions where they just use that gap to get back on their feet. It's not like they're leaning on the system. And a lot of people is going to force us to get up and get out and get us something and become productive to a degree where we're going to do better than we ever thought we could.
Yeah.
See, sometimes you got to get down to get up.
Yeah, you do. But then too, you have to look at it from a different perspective. So the kids who only get the support of their father in the form of finances, they're going to suffer because now they're not going to have their presence and or be able to be taken care of by them. So I don't know.
That's a good point. Now, so what you're saying is when you get on child support, you can't have a male in the house because the government won't allow the funding if you have a man in the house.
No, it's not that. The thing with child support is if you have a child with someone and that parent is negligent and they are not spending time and taking care of and helping you because it costs to raise children. Yeah, daily. For sure. If they're not helping you with that and this is their only means of doing that and he strips that away, some things are going to change for a lot of kids. Well, that's and now that there are a lot of single parent homes and mainly moms, the cost of living is expensive. True. So you never know if that was helping combat a little bit of the rent, a little bit of the phone bill, you just don't know where that was being allocated. So that could create a huge issue.
Well, for a lot of people, it will. It's a definite fact that it will for a lot of people. So on the Spotlight News, like I said, I'm dedicating the show to the Mexico situation. So, man, 230 plus people already pronounced dead.
Yeah, but luckily today I was listening and they did find a 12-year-old girl under
in the
rubbish.
school.
Yeah, and they think that there are a few additional children with her. So that was phenomenal to know that they're still out there looking, because far too often sometimes when you get a number and you're able to say, okay, these are the statistics, you stop looking.
Right.
So I'm just glad that those voices are being heard so that they can be saved.
Yeah, a lot of people being deployed too. I mean, it's just one deployment after another deployment after another deployment after another deployment. And it's tough. Like, I think God is really trying to get our attention and say, come on, y'all.
Wake up.
I need you to wake up and come back to me so we can get it popping. Like,
but you know
come
what?
on home.
It's not just come back to him. It's unify and work together.
Work together.
Work
For
together,
sure. Because we all need to do that, though. I believe that.
Yeah,
we all need to work together. And we stun each other's growth by not doing so. So let's go to the clip real quick of the Mexico earthquake. I was like, man, I don't even really want to show this, but I have to show it because it's a part of what's happening. So we'll be right back. Spotlight.
Right back. Don't go nowhere.
Este edificio. Dios mío. Ay, Dios mío.
Hilari.
Dios mío.
¿Estás bien, Fer?
No, ya, ya.
Coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Spotlight over the city. Man, that's tough to look at, right?
That is heartbreaking.
Yeah, it really is. Happy birthday, Wale, before I go any further.
Yeah,
Shout out to Wale. Happy birthday. I
Wale.
like how you doing what you're doing when you do that. So
Hey. See
Good-
you at,
good
where's
luck.
he going to
Wait.
be this weekend?
I think he down vibe. I want to say vibe. I don't want to say the wrong thing though, but I know he's celebrating his birthday in the city somewhere. So
Yeah.
y'all just Google
Wale.
Wale, and you'll definitely find out where he is.
Indeed.
So this was crazy to me. It's a teacher down in Georgia, right?
Mm-hmm.
The teacher gave a homework assignment to some sixth graders. Tell me what you think about it. To break down the Kodak Black song, Drowning, and make it positive instead of negative. And they suspended him, right? They said that was
Suspended
whack.
the
They
teacher?
suspended the teacher for doing it. So what do you think about that? He didn't say just break down the song. He said break down the song and give it a positive spin.
I appreciate that because I mean you have to. This is the thing. It's about meeting people where they are. Yes, teachers have a curriculum and they're supposed to go by a particular guideline, but you also know that when the children leave school, the world is open to them, and they are very knowledgeable of all of the songs, all of the videos, all of the rappers, all of everything that's going on outside in the world. So why not turn it into something positive? That's like you'll see different teachers on Facebook, like the videos, and they themselves have turned the songs positive, and they have their whole class chanting the song. So
Right.
I don't agree with that.
So maybe that's where he got that from.
Probably so. I agree
Yeah.
with pushing them and making them think. Like, why not?
Right.
Why
I
not?
agree. I think that is a good thing. The song itself is very negative. It has a lot of negative tones to it. And I got the point. What they were saying was to even have them listen to it to break it down.
But they're doing
But
that
they
anyway.
already, that's exactly
the
right.
thing.
They
They're
already
not-
listening to it.
Exactly.
But in older people's minds, sometimes they think, well, the kids shouldn't be listening to this and blah, 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 blah. So they did suspend them. I'm going to follow up with it and see what happens with the situation. But I just thought that it was kind of like heavy to suspend them.
Yeah, I think it
For
was
doing something, a curriculum that you don't agree with. I don't think that he had the kids going out doing nothing crazy.
No,
You know what I mean?
I think that was too much. With these devices nowadays, kids have access to everything. So
Right.
as much as an older party can say, "Oh, I don't think the kids should be listening to it," they have it in the palm of their hands. Some of this you can't stop.
You can't.
You just can't stop. So for that teacher to take something that is looked at in a negative context and push his students to think and be creative, I commend that.
Yeah, I thought it was a tool. In my opinion, the teacher was trying to use something that's kind of like familiar to the students to give them something to think about, to put a spin on it, to put it in a positive aspect. I think that's kind of good.
And they're probably singing the song in class anyway. That's
You already
probably
know.
what sparked it for him to
You
like
already
hear it
know.
daily. Like, look, okay, well,
Yeah.
we're gonna do this. Let's do it in a positive manner. So, if you're watching Spotlight Over the City, teacher, we are behind you.
Yeah, big up to you.
Yeah.
Big up to you. Good.
We're
I
behind
mean,
you.
it's good to think outside the box, and it's good to give good learning, experiences to the kids on a different level. It's
Stay
something
creative
different.
and
Stay
stand
creative.
for
I
what
like
you
it.
believe in.
Yeah, we with you. We rocking with
That's
you.
right.
Usher. Once again, another female has come out and she says that she has been. I need to holler at Usher. Usher, you need to hit me. I got something for you. But you gotta come and denounce it by saying I don't have it. If you don't say that, then of course they're gonna keep coming for you. And he hasn't said that. But the thing that I'm talking about today is a little different because a man has come out. This is not a female this time. It's a female that says she's contracted it, but a man that was in L.A. at a spa. It's called Koreatown Spa in L.A. They were in a spa together and exchanging some favors, allegedly exchanging some favors, and he's a part of the lawsuit now. This man.
See,
Not surprising to me. Because I lived in Atlanta for a while, and so that's been a situation with Usher for a while in Atlanta, allegedly. But hey, it's coming to the surface. What you think?
Yeah, but see, this is the thing. We don't know what's false and what's true. So far often than none, so many facades are painted, and the one person that catapults an opportunity, people grab onto that, like, oh, all I have to do is say X, Y, and Z, especially because he's not coming out and being vocal and verbal about it. You can kind of paint a picture like, oh, I was the victim. But again, we don't know if it's true. If it's true, sorry. You know what I mean? But if it isn't, it's like shame on you guys. You're taking so much time out of... These are the things that I
Trying to
look
get
at
that
as
money, man.
distractions.
They trying to come up on it. They trying
Yeah.
to come. Not everybody. Don't get me wrong. And I don't think everybody's trying to come up. I think some people. Well, in this case, yes. I think
Yeah,
I
like-
do think they're trying to come up.
It's sick.
But our next and final spotlight news subject is the
Lord.
one and only Mr. Kevin Hart. Of course, everybody's already talked about Kevin Hart, but I just wanted to put my spin on it because, for one, I think that he's game goofy. When you are super rich, you have to have a certain understanding about how to move, right? You have to have a good circle. You have to have a really great support camp around you to tell you don't do game goofy stuff.
Hello.
When you're dealing with a woman, you have to understand that you are in the spotlight.
Yeah.
And if you're married, you just automatically should know you just signed up for the buffoonery. So, I mean, it's certain things that makes you game goofy.
Yeah.
And so that's what I mean. Like, come on, Kevin. Well, come on, Kevin. Think a little bit. You just got out of the closet, out of the doghouse. What? What is it, like a week ago?
Yeah.
It was only like a couple of days ago. You just begged and pleaded and was like, nah, that wasn't me with that white girl. No, it wasn't. And then you turn around thinking it may be the same young lady. And then I'm watching and I'm like, I'll tell you what, let's go to the clip and let me show you this young lady and then we'll be right back. Spotlight.
Over the city.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Montia Sabag. I was involved with Kevin Hart a month ago. Since then, my pictures and my name have been released with lies written about me. I am not an extortionist. I'm not a stripper. I'm a recording artist and an actress, and I have not broken any laws. I had nothing to do with these recordings. I hired Lisa Bloom to protect my rights. I'm truly sorry for any involvement that I had in this.
Thank you, Montia. Good morning. I am attorney Lisa Bloom, and I am very pleased to represent Montia Sabag. Montia is a crime victim. Someone apparently snuck cameras into Kevin Hart's private hotel suite in Las Vegas and recorded bedroom images of the two of them. It is a crime to secretly put a camera in a private place like a hotel room. It is another crime to secretly record people in a private place. It is yet another crime to disseminate those images. Montia is therefore the victim of multiple felonies under state and federal law. Although it has been reported that law enforcement is investigating this matter, we have no evidence of that. Montia has not been contacted. Therefore, we are announcing today that we will go to the authorities immediately to report this matter. We want to be sure that these crimes are thoroughly investigated and that the criminal responsible for these felonies is apprehended. We will fully cooperate with law enforcement. Montia and I are not asking for a cent from Kevin Hart. This is not about money. We are not suing him. We are not making any claims against him. Any reports to the contrary are false. Kevin Hart appears to be the victim of this criminal, just as Montia is the victim of this criminal. We invite Mr. Hart to join us in bringing the perpetrator to justice. And to those who are making malicious, false statements about my client, Montia, do the right thing and stop now. And if you do not, we intend to hold you accountable as well. To the criminal who did this, I say, you belong in prison, and we are going to find you. If anyone has information about this crime, please contact me at thebloomfirm.com. Thank you. Montia will not be answering any questions today. I will answer a few questions.
Why did she demand money for the lighting?
And we are back, Spotlight over the city.
Yes.
So what do you think? Is this another come up move? This is what's going on?
I mean, she's
Now
claiming
she's saying
that
she didn't
they're
do
not.
the video. She said I didn't do no videoing.
Yeah.
A camera just magically appeared in here, and once we did our 1-2, somebody submitted it.
Yeah, and see, I don't know the angle because she said they're not seeking monetary gain and they are inviting him to join forces. So I don't know.
So then, what do you think? What do you think, audience? What do you think
don't
about
know.
it? What do you say, Hilary?
I think there's more to come.
It's more to come?
There's more to come. I think that you have to let it unfold. You kind of have to look diplomatic about it. We're both victims, Kevin.
Right.
Just pay me what I'm asking you for, because I'm embarrassed.
Right.
You know,
Right.
Whatever. It's all an act.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Kevin is 100% at fault. He had way more to lose than Momo. We didn't know who she was last week, right?
Now we do.
We did not know.
We had no idea who she was last week, right?
We did not have.
And
a
now
clue.
all of a sudden, everybody knows who Momo is, right?
And she says she's an artist.
And an actress.
She can ready to be all that now.
And
You
an
hear me?
actress. And
She
now
said I'm an artist.
And now she's playing a damsel in distress. So what?
That's it.
That's
Good
it,
acting.
right?
Oh yeah.
She's doing it right.
If she's not good now, she's gonna get better
She's
when she
gonna-
gets this check.
So
Let
what
me-
she's thinking is, even if we don't get the check from Kevin, which may not happen, the publicity gonna get me a check because I'm gonna get in the limelight and I'm gonna sell some stories and I'm gonna get on some interviews and I'm gonna.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna win.
Even if it's
And then when I
momentary.
come out with my project,
Bam.
everybody knows my name
Absolutely.
Exactly.
and I win.
best publicity stunt ever.
So she's kind of taking a new direction. So at first it would be what reality TV that would get you on and popping like really quickly. You go on the show and it's
This
like,
is
oh,
right
yeah,
up your
I'm a
alley,
singer,
right?
You know, and now here's
talk about it.
another gateway. So I mean, you people are just being innovative.
I think this has always been a gateway, though. Even
Yeah.
before reality TV, people were always able to. I mean, it's extortion to a certain extent, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It's a subtle form of extortion.
But the crazy part about it now is women are so different because you can't even extort Kevin Hart because his wife is like, I'm not going anywhere. I cheated my way up on him. You gonna have to go find you a man who will leave his wife for you, right?
So
That's
I
kinda
like
like
what
what
you
it
said.
is.
I like what you said. So I was talking to my homeboy about it earlier, and we call him the game coach.
Mm-hmm.
So what he was saying was, how do you know the dynamics of their relationship or their marriage? How do you know that she's not gonna be cool with it? But how do you know, like you said, she's not saying, well, I ain't going nowhere. So you wasting your energy.
Right.
I don't care if he sleep with 15 more women. I'm still gonna be his wife.
You don't, because guess what? The reality of Emergency or whatever her name is, epidural, is that she's accustomed to sharing, right?
Right.
She was willing to share before. She was like, I know he has a wife. I'm going to go and do whatever it is I choose to do, right? So
That's
she's
right.
accustomed to sharing. So what's the difference if she's sharing on, if she's the bottom or if she's just, the side?
So basically she knew what she
she's
was
okay
getting
with
into.
pimping. She's good with it. She
I
was okay
like
with
that.
it before.
She would be great if I had Ken. Shout out to Ken Brisbane. If Ken was up here today, y'all would be lighting this studio up.
Where
right
you
now.
at, Ken? Come
Ken,
on,
you missing it, Ken. You
pull
got
up.
somebody up here that's talking your
Yes.
language, and it's a
Yes.
female. So
Pull
I
up,
know you would
Ken.
appreciate that.
That's funny.
So on that note, you guys, that's the end for Spotlight News, and I want to go to my video. Of course, I'm going to promote my book, which I don't do that often on here, which I need to do more of. Make sure you go to Barnes. Scratch that. Go to Amazon. If you're desperate, then Barnes & Noble. Yeah, okay. But Amazon is where I'm trying to promote my book the most because that's who I'm rocking with.
Yeah.
Barnes & Noble pretty much shutting their doors. And so I'm going to go ahead and say go to Amazon, and you can pick up your copy of Blackbird Medley, The Transformation of a Gangster. You can also get it in hardcover. You can get it. You can download it to Kindle, ebook, whatever the case is. It's there.
Okay.
So I appreciate the support, you guys.
Sure
And I'm
you
going to
get
go to the
that.
trailer, and when we come back, we will have Hilari Younger Styles, which is totally
Yes.
amazing. This is who you heard in the background, and she'll be
Yes.
up next right after this my book plug.
I
I'll be
can't
right back.
wait.
Blackbird Medley, The Transformation of a Gangster. Spotlight over the city.
In 1990, Washington, D.C. saw more than 470 homicides, earning it the label murder capital of the U.S.
Shit, there you go right there. Hey, listen. When y'all pull over to the side, I'm gonna go in here and rush this dude. When y'all see me rushing, y'all rush in. About 36, give me about 30 seconds and rush the door. He ain't gonna know what hit him. What's up with you, man? How you feel, dude? Good, man. What's going on with you, man?
Man, I gotta tell you about this meeting, my nigga.
Oh, yeah, all right, how'd that go?
I don't know yet. I'm trying to see. I went and talked to the diamonds the other day, man. I don't know, man. It's been a little funny.
Yeah, man.
I can't really say,
Uh-huh.
but I got a funny feeling that these dudes are feeling at me, son.
Sure. You already know what it is. Wait for Black to get in there, give us the signal, run up in the joint, snatch this nigga up, get this bread, spaz out.
It's about time. Somebody keep calling here, hanging up. Ever since you've been gone, somebody just keep calling, hanging up. What's going on? All right, thank you. All right, take care.
They ain't saying nothing?
No, just keep hanging up. When you hear, all day long, every time you leave, all day long.
Man, fuck this. I'm going to Atlantic City. This is my birthday. I ain't doing all this shit, man. What? They ain't say nothing?
Nothing at all. Just keep calling, hang it up. When you're in here, it doesn't ring. Soon as you leave, ring, ring, ring. Nobody's saying nothing.
Probably one of them damn females. You know how they do. B, get this shit in. It's my 28th birthday.
Let's get it in. I'm
You
ready
close,
to go.
man. Oh, man.
Excuse me, sir. We are closed.
Get down. Get down.
Fuck that shit. I ain't got no shit. Get up.
Where that shit at? Get up.
Just let me up,
Hey,
man.
Joe. Get this nigga this money, man. Else he gonna kill you.
I don't got no. I'm gonna take you to some money. Just let me up.
Alright, get your ass up there. Come on.
Get me up, man.
Let's go.
Just get me up. I'm gonna take you to some money, man. It's tripping.
We are back, Spotlight of the City,
Yes,
and I
yes,
have me a
yes.
+1. I have this special guest, the one and only, Mrs. Hilari. What's going on, baby?
Well, thank you guys for having me tonight.
Thank you.
I'm
for
excited to
coming.
be here. I was kind of like putting me in the mix up front when you guys were talking about all the good stuff, Mexico and
I know, right? We
all
got
the
a whole
tragedy.
bunch of Spotlight news going on, but the crazy part is this Kevin, when you got on the Kevin Hart thing, you had me. So I was just like,
Yeah.
that's a different spin, but you hit it out of the park. Like, that's real.
Well, you know I have a very strong opinion. So Kevin Hart, I just think he's, like you said, he's really, really being very goofy right now. I have no
Goofy.
idea. Like Nikki said, he needs to turn his goofy dial, right?
Hello.
Turn it down.
So
Turn
you're
it
goofy.
off,
Yeah,
Kevin.
just turn his off. Yeah, turn your
Yes,
goofy
turn it off.
Hey.
You know, Kevin knew it was gonna be a hard job when he took it. This is his second wife, and when he I think he would have been okay if he hadn't made all those declarations and proclamations about ribs and chicken and everything else that he was saying. He would have been okay.
Yeah.
But he did all the extra stuff, and now he looks ridiculous.
It backfired.
Yeah. Every week he on there tomorrow. Yeah, well I know, I'm really sorry. And I don't. I mean, come on, Kevin. Come
With
on.
the sob story, save
Come
it,
on,
right?
come on now. We done
Save
heard
it.
the first one, and we cool with that. I know for a fact that women come at him 100 miles an hour. He got his bag up, but he has to know that too, cause he him. So if I know they coming for him, I know he know
has to know.
they coming for him. So when you put yourself in certain positions, you can't blame everything.
And
on
they not
alcohol.
doing it because he's tall, dark, and handsome. Let's be clear.
But then wait a minute. But what about
That's not it.
No, that's not the
that?
reason.
And not only that, where are the folks that are supposed to check him? Like, where are your real friends?
That's
at?
what I
Like,
mean.
hello, where's your?
like you know
Hold
the
up.
PR game, don't you
Hold
know?
up.
You
I
supposed to
posted it.
surround yourself with
When the story first broke, that was the first thing I said. I posted a video, and a lot of my followers and friends and people that I know will tell you that was the first thing I said. Kevin, where is your PR person? Like, where is your PR person? And why are you not listening to them? Because the main thing that Kevin did wrong, if you ask me, and you know, now I'm a personality. I won't say that I'm a PR expert. It is my degree. But I will say that the thing that Kevin did wrong was come out with an apology. Because bottom line is he apologized before we even knew what the story was.
Right.
So basically she could have said anything and we would have believed it.
Yeah.
So she could have been like, Kevin had sex with a unicorn and let a leprechaun pee on him, and we would have been like, dang, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin,
I ain't
you
even know you
freak,
got
Kevin.
down like that.
Kevin, you go hard.
Why would you apologize for something that hasn't even come to, that we don't even know yet?
Yeah.
Because he called himself getting ahead of the game. He had already talked to his wife and said, look, this is about to hit the fan, and I'm sorry, baby, and blah, blah, blah. So then he came out publicly to make sure that he was securing her situation, because it's like, you can't sue me, you can't extort me if I admitted to doing something because I already told on myself.
Right.
So now you can't get me to pay you because I already snitched. So now your story is worth zero.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing about it. Not really in this day and age. So you touched on something earlier that we have to kind of like think about. Maybe the story would have been worth zero if there was no TMZ, no gossip
That's
sites,
true.
no one else to foot the bill. Because at the end of it all, they knew that there was some juicy tea to be poured somewhere.
Yeah.
So all of these people are looking for the source.
Yeah,
And guess
exactly.
what? they're willing to pay. Even if Kevin is not going to pay,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to pay. So either way, she's going to win.
Exactly.
To a certain extent. She'll end up better off than she was when she started.
Exactly.
So I just felt like he should have shut up. Your wife knows you're a cheater. You don't need to apologize for this publicly. She knows you cheat.
So now let me ask you this then, Hilary. Like, okay, say I'm Kevin. You're my PR. I gotta come to you, of course, because you gotta help me put this damn fire.
You gotta put down a deposit first.
Okay, so for pretend's sake, I gave you the bag, right?
All right, we got the bag.
Okay, so
All
you
right.
got the bag.
I
You
can
can secure the
dream
bag.
now. Come on, I'm there.
Okay, so now you my PR.
All right.
I done messed around with this leprechaun.
Oh no.
And so now I done messed around and the leprechaun had a camera in the closet. And there was a person attached to it. And we don't know who it is, and the leprechaun can't talk. So now I gotta figure out how the hell I'm gonna get out this jam. So I'm calling up Hilary. Hey Hilary, oh my God. This leprechaun got something on me. I need to talk to you right away. You're gonna tell me to do what?
So first, did you tell me everything? Like you and the leprechaun were in the room.
We kind of been messing around for the whole weekend.
Okay, y'all been together for a weekend.
And it wasn't nobody in the room at the time with us because I had her in my hotel. I had the leprechaun in my hotel. But for whatever reason, the tape, she's threatening the tape. Like the tape is surfacing.
So the only place you guys were was in the room.
Well, no, we was other places, but we were only together.
Okay, so
alone
first, Kevin, you're
in
gonna
the
have
room.
to tell the damn truth, okay?
Okay, well,
you
let me
have to
back
tell me
up.
the whole story so I can help you. That's the first
Well, wait
thing.
a
Tell me
minute.
the entire story. What happened?
Okay, so
you landed
so-
at the airport. You're in Miami.
Well, my wife's birthday was the 18th. I know, don't shoot me. The leprechaun, I had already set this up for the weekend of the 18th. So it wasn't just about the leprechaun.
Premeditated.
Well, not kind of, sort of, kind of. Well,
See, what had
like,
happened
it wasn't really
Just do the lip.
premeditated.
Just be like,
Yeah. That's it. So what happened was, I didn't know that it would become a thing. I just thought that all of us was gonna hang out and have a good time, have some drinks and party. Well, the drinks kicked in and the partying kicked in, and then I just slipped and fell on her. I fell on the leprechaun, and then the tape came. So before the tape comes out, I need you to tell me what to do because I don't want my image tore up.
Kevin, listen to me. Listen to me. You just said a lot of silly stuff, and you know I don't have a lot of time because I have a lot more important clients than you. I'm going to Oprah's house this weekend,
Okay.
and what I need you to do is go get your checkbook, Kevin, okay, and pay the girl. All right, whatever she says, just we're gonna negotiate a fee. She's gonna sign this non-disclosure agreement, and guess what? We're gonna go on and make our movies, our horrible movies, and do our little television and tell our small little jokes, and hopefully. This will be behind us. But right now, we don't have time for this type of drama. This is silly.
And it is, and so
All good press is not
I
good
just
press,
feel
Kevin.
like people are after me. They're trying to bring me down.
Kevin, you're not a victim. Kevin, you're not a victim, okay? You're not
That's
a
what
victim.
you're gonna do for me.
That's exactly.
I want my money
tough
back
love.
then.
No,
I done
refund.
paid you a bag, and you done told
no
me.
refunds
You
over
done
here,
told me to
honey.
pay
No
her.
refunds.
I need to get the money
Well,
back from
Kevin,
you, so I can give it to her.
But if you had called me before you planned out this escapade, we wouldn't even be in this position because I would have told you to stay at home with Eskimo. Okay? That's what I would have said.
So if you want to know why we doing this, is because this is her job, one of the hats that she wears.
Yes.
And she does PR, which means put the fire out, and also promote, and also brand, and also show you how to get on television, and how to look important, and how to kill it once you get on there, and how to do all of those things. It's what she does. So this is why I did the role play with her, just being silly. So on another note, Miss Hilary is badder than what you guys think. So we're going to talk to her a little bit about her career. So how did you first get started in PR?
So let me just tell y'all something. I am so happy to be here on y'all. Can I tell them where I am?
Tell it.
Y'all, I am on Georgia Avenue, and if I look to my right, I am staring at
HU, baby.
Indeed.
HU, baby.
So I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be home. I am from Dallas, Texas. We already had an argument before the cameras came on.
Yeah, she a fake Cowboy fan,
well,
but
this
don't
is
hold
the thing,
it
I'm not a
against
fan
us,
of-
y'all. I know this
so-
Redskin Nation.
So
but we're not going to shoot.
Let's
or
not
do
even
nothing wild.
endorse the football NFL right now because I'm not a fan of anyone
Okay,
right
I'm
now.
loving
I am
that.
standing in solidarity
I like it.
with
I
our
like
good
it.
brother Colin Kaepernick and everybody else, all the victims of tragic violence, senseless violence by the police.
I like that.
But I will say this: I started at Howard University, public relations and fashion, merchandising were my majors, and so PR is just kind of like a thing. Like I'm 100% from South Dallas, Texas,
Okay.
and I am to a certain extent, I like to think of myself as a hood gem. So I've always been doing PR because I've been in an environment and not of an environment. So I'm always trying to figure out how to, like, you know,
I love that.
how to work it, you know, and how to still be me and not let anybody play me too closely. So I just like to say that I was already good at PR before I got the degree in PR.
Got you.
Moved on from that, and my first job was not even in PR, nor was it in fashion. It was in interior design. It was in architecture.
I saw that in your bio. I was like, that's like a whole nother.
Kind of. My I used to live on 4th and T Street with my best friend, rest his soul, Ryan Carley. And he was one of the most amazing architects that ever did it.
Okay.
And I graduated, and he was like, well, you need a job, sis, so what you gonna do? I was like, I don't know. I got 6 months until the job starts. He was like, well, come work for me at Charles E. Smith. And you guys know Charles E. Smith. You've seen their signs all over.
Yes.
Second largest developer and in the nation. And so it was just an amazing opportunity. And once I started doing interior design, I couldn't stop. I realized I was good at that. I'm really good at it. And it was like one of those things where fashion, you change your clothes how many times a day? Once, twice, 3 times. See what I'm saying? Yeah. But this table is not going to move. So it's going to give me a little bit of time to go create somewhere else and not have to, like, you know,
Run
be in.
back.
Exactly.
Right.
And the money, the bag was a little bit, the increase was real. You know what I'm saying? So I started doing that, and I landed on HGTV about 3 years after I worked for Giorgio Armani Casa. I worked for Vesta Home. I worked for some amazing firms.
Oh yeah.
Very good opportunity. I mean, I don't know. This is like, I didn't plan any of this stuff out, y'all. And I just like to look at it and say I'm blessed universally. Like whatever is out there. Today is Rosh Hashanah. I don't know if y'all down with that, but today is like the creation and inception of the universe to certain cultures. And so for me, that's an important thing to commend. You know, I know a lot of people celebrate the birth of Jesus and a lot of other things, but when you think about it, there's no Jesus without the inception of the universe, right? If this wasn't created, we wouldn't have any of that other stuff. So I like to just say, you know, Rosh Hashanah, happy that. And but yeah, so moving forward, I ended up on HGTV on this show called Design Star. And on Design Star, I was a finalist and a Design Star All-Star. And since then, I've been kind of like rocking and rolling with this TV personality expert thing. Nice. Ironically, though, I will tell you guys a little something about me. I graduated from Lincoln Humanities and Communications High School in South Dallas, which used to be on Hatcher Street, but now it's Elsie Faye Higgins. A lot of my people watching probably like, yeah, girl,
shout out to everybody in Dallas watching.
No, say South Dallas though, not regular Dallas.
South. Wait a minute,
Dallas.
back up. South Dallas.
Yeah, you know how y'all are. If y'all from South Beach, y'all don't want to say just DC. You gotta
put South.
Name the quadrant.
Yeah,
you
gotta
name the South Dallas.
Yeah, it gotta be SOF. South.
And communications magnet high school. So I have interviewed everyone you can think of, like from Destiny's Child, Eric Benet. This was 16 years old, and these people are coming through. Ray J, Brandy. I can just think of a whole lot of people that came, and I didn't realize at the time, like, that this may be a part of my destiny, but I'm back. I didn't even go into communications when I came to Howard, but I'm back full circle in this space again. So
the universe has pulled you right back into your calling.
The universe is a force field, and it is a strong, strong power.
That is so 100, and I believe, you know, that's where I am. So I believe that wholeheartedly. And so when you came around from designing, so do you still do both?
Absolutely, I do still do both because interior design is how I make money. You guys know that TV is like one of those things. It's a grind, and it's a tick, 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 tick. And you know, you get checks here and there, but interior design is definitely right now how I make my money, and I can't abandon my clients. I can't neglect my clients. So, yeah, I do still do both. It's very difficult. It's very difficult, and I feel like I'm getting to that crossing the road. It's funny because today I'm getting to that place where I'm going to have to make a decision. And so y'all just be, you know, lift me up because I don't know, like, which way to go. I'm greedy.
So no, that's just one success. So what I like about it is this. How about put a team together and duplicate yourself and you be a team leader and let them go and do the design, and you just kind of like oversee and still do your PR.
Look, I know that look right there. It's difficult staying when you tell someone who has a phenomenal passion about doing something and they do it so super swell, and it gives you, it's almost therapeutic because it allows you to clear out so many things in your mind, or just the creative aspect of it. That's difficult.
Yeah.
Like, that's hard.
So you can't really trust them to handle your baby.
So I've been doing it for 12 years, right? And I've tried that. I've tried that so many times. I think it works for some people when it's truly their destiny. You can pull this team together and you can do both,
right.
you know? But I think for me, what the universe has been telling me is that you're going to have to put that down and, like, pursue your ultimate destiny, which is television. And, you know, and to say it is fame. I mean, I can't, there's nothing else to say. I've run from that word because people put such a negative connotation behind it. But I think that the world is supposed to know my name. Like, I was given that name. I was given the name Makana Undunga in my rites of passage. And that's what it means. One day she will be famous. And I've stigmatized the whole idea of it at a certain point. But now I'm finally able to kind of walk in my truth and say, it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with people, especially when you are using whatever your influence is for good and to educate people and to expose people. And, you know, I'm okay with it now. So this is the first time I've publicly said that. But yes,
so you done put it out in the universe and you can't bring it back.
I put it out there, so I need a book like you saying, and I need some other things, you know.
Not a problem. I can help you do that. No,
I need some of these screen tests and auditions to stick. If y'all see me, y'all know I've been coming out doing all this stuff. I don't know why y'all not calling me back.
Well, they're going to call you back. So now we're going to get into the PR side. Since you say you going to kind of hang your hat up eventually on that side. You say you... Okay, I guess what I want to know before I get into that, what are you most passionate about when it comes to these two?
So let's talk about this, because
your
before we get too far gone, I want to say that October 1st, we are hosting an amazing seminar. Me, Kanisha Cross, who is an amazing producer.
Can you put that flyer while we talking, if you don't mind?
Amazing producer. And then Demetria Lucas Doyley, who is a brand expert. We have put together a seminar.
Okay.
October 1st on how to become newsworthy.
This here?
That's it. That's the one. Cool. So we have, we know there are so many people who, we have professors, you guys, like we have makeup artists, musicians, beauticians, doctors, lawyers, people like me, designers, psychologists, anybody who has an expertise can be on television. The reality is you just have to know how to pitch yourself, and once you're on television, how to sell yourself.
Right.
And so our workshop is 100% dealing with that. And we know in this day and age in social media, exposure is everything. Exactly. I mean, you're really nothing without it. Exactly. So October 1st, come out, www.mycrossovermedia.com, sign up, come out and see us. I think we're almost halfway booked because space is limited, but I need you guys to come out, because if you have a product to sell, if you have something that you want the world to know, this is the place for you to be.
Well, I'm gonna come out and support.
I'm excited, Stan.
I'm excited because it's right up my alley.
You are so good at this already.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But my thing is, this is just one of the things I do. Like, I'm on a motivational speaking tip. I'm on a real estate tip. I'm on a book tip. I'm on a film tip. So I'm in that lane.
And every last one of those things can be translated to something in visual media, just like you saying with your book. I'm not sure what Blackbird Medley is about. I will definitely find out before the day is over. But if you can make that thing mutually beneficial to any network, people are always looking for content. You think about how you guys always searching for content. You always want something to talk about. It's no different at these major networks. They're doing the same exact thing. So if you can make your story line up and benefit their story,
they want you on.
They gonna put you in the mix stand.
And once you get on, your job is to sell yourself and produce something on that stage that works off the stage once you leave the show.
Yeah.
Your job is to draw the people to you.
And I'm so glad that you guys are doing this because far too often, like me, myself personally, I am a woman who wears many hats. I sing, I'm a model, I'm a notary, I'm a mom, I'm
you beautiful
now
too.
a bartender. Thank you so much. And so many people compliment me on how I sound on the airways. So just having people who attach to you for the wrong reasons and they want to use you, nothing ever really comes to fruition because the initial startup of it wasn't genuine and pure. So to expose this type of information to people without looking for anything except for their personal gain is commendable. So I too will be in the building because I want to know how to become.
That's right. So we're gonna make sure we put that flyer back up before you leave, but I don't want to run out of time without getting these questions down. So I'm on to the next ones. What does a producer look for when the guests come on, like when booking their guests? What do they look for?
So I kind of touched on that in the statement before, but the thing that a producer looks for is something that is mutually beneficial and content rich to the network. So like for instance, let's just talk about now. We have the hurricanes, right? So if you're a disaster awareness person, or if you're a firefighter, or you're someone who does rescue and search, that kind of thing right now would be it's an amazing opportunity for you to go on and talk about what you know, because it relates to what's going on in the news. And I think a lot of times people don't understand how to segue the information they have into exposure, and pretty much that's really what you do.
That is some of the things that I want to learn to be better at.
So let me ask you a question. So what were some of the struggles that you had to overcome when you first started?
Okay, so one of my struggles was initially thinking that I had to be something that other people wanted me to be on television. I landed on this wholesome network. I was on HGTV, totally middle America, and not really my speed, y'all. I like to curse and everything. And I used to run from that, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm all of these things.
Right.
And I'm thinking, oh my God, people are going to judge me. They're going to think I'm ratchet. They're going to probably think they're going to say things like, oh, you're ghetto or whatever.
Right.
I used to run from that. But what I realized is that authenticity is like the best thing that you could possibly offer, because there is somebody else out there like you who is not being reached. Yeah. Everybody doesn't want to be buttoned up and tied up and,
That's true.
And respectable. I'm not those things. I want to talk about some real things. I want to tell the truth, and I want to tell it the way I want to tell it. And so at first I was scared of that. Now I embrace it. Now I am like, and you know what? I'm so happy because there are other women right now in media, like major women, that I've had the opportunity to interview, like Taraji Henson.
One of my favorites. Yeah.
And Tasha Haddish now, and all these other people who are out, and they are bold, and they're being authentic, and they're being themselves. And talent and genius does not have one identity. And that's the thing that, I have learned to respect about myself. So embracing who I am and what I feel and just coming on out with it and coming through, that was something that I had to totally overcome. But girl, I'm good now. Now you got to try to keep me sitting down and contained.
Listen,
but see, we don't want to contain it because this is the energy that transfers out to these guys.
Right.
Don't you guys feel her energy? Like a lot of good energy is coming across the airways right now. And so that's what it takes. So I do know that part because I have been on shows and this and this. And they be like, yeah, you did great, blah, blah. And you be like, really? And it's because you're authentic.
Yeah.
Like you didn't go and try to do anything but be yourself.
Absolutely.
And so I think that you're right. They appreciate you more for being authentic.
Absolutely.
Far too often, and I know we got to move on, so much in today is so scripted. So it's so mechanical. It's so robotic. It's so puppet on a string. And when you can really, really show who you are without the strings and without the limitations, you flourish so much more. And it shows in your glow. It's just different. It's just different. So
you're right.
I commend you on that.
Yeah, it's tough because you're always going to come against opposition.
Of course.
And especially when you're trying to do something really major. But there's always going to be that one person, one opportunity where you're going to be appreciated. And I'm ready.
Well, that door is already open for you, and I'm going to co-sign it because when two or more agree, then you already know what happens. And so I'm going to be the two or the more.
Thank you.
And we're going to say that's already in motion. So now this is a good question for me. When you get booked on the air, what's the best way to capitalize? Like once you're there, because we're talking about capitalizing and making the best. How do you do that?
Okay, so it's so funny we answer one question and I give you that response, and now I'm going to back it up and smack you back down and say, so humility is everything, right?
That's true.
And I think a lot of times people get on television or they land a spot or they land a segment. It can be local, it can be national or whatever, and they're an expert. You're an expert on or a personality. You're not a celebrity. So humility is key. Mm-hmm. The producers are looking for good television. Like, they want good television, just like you said. They want somebody that's relatable, somebody that the viewers reels in and wants to see, because you're helping their network.
Somebody like yourself.
Right. If they don't change the channel, then that's good for the network, right?
That's right.
So what I watch people do a lot of times is get the opportunity and they bomb because they're too important. Like, in their mind, you're just on TV. You're not Beyonce, sis. You can't answer yes and no to questions. These are open-ended questions and opportunities for you to elaborate. Yeah, you're sitting back like, you know, like we care about you. And now I changed the channel because I'm like, oh, that's too tough. That's too difficult to watch. So honestly, having humility and also going on and knowing that you're selling yourself, but you're also there to help move this network along too.
Right.
Yeah, so we have to fast forward because our time is actually running out. So I just want to jump straight into it. Why should people attend this seminar?
So you should attend this seminar because, like they said before, it's 3 women who actually do this every day. Kanisha Cross, who organized the entire thing, is one of the #1 producers in the District of Columbia. Her network is the #1 network. I'm not going to reveal the network. I'll just say you can Google it. It's the #1 network in the District of Columbia. So you have somebody who puts people on television every day, standing up telling you how to get on television. You have me, a person who is often on television, telling you how, once you get on television, to stay on television and how to sell yourself. Right. And then third, you have another person telling you, okay, so now you have a brand. How do you expand that brand? You have a trifecta. And honestly, it's the first time that I just put that whole thing together. But this experience is something you cannot pay for. You could not go to university and gain this. This is something that is going to happen for $40 right here in the District of Columbia on Sunday, October 1st. And I think that this is in value. I don't think that a value could be placed on the information that you're going to receive. So you come out. If there's anything that you do, anything you're trying to pursue, anything that you want exposure for, if you're a party promoter, whatever it is that you do, come out so you can learn how to grow, how to become larger than life. And I just want to see everybody win, and I'm sure my other 2 sisters want to see everybody win, which is why we made it affordable and accessible to everyone. So again, www.mycrossovermedia.com. Sign up, get your tickets, come out. There'll be food, there'll be fun. Stan's gonna be there.
Sassy's gonna
be there. There'll be a ton of people there. It's a networking event. It's gonna be an amazing opportunity.
And so I'm gonna piggyback and say this before and I'm gonna let you close it out by giving your information on your personal self and where they can contact you and the whole 9. But I want to say this in particular about my people. I'm saying to you that we don't invest in ourselves enough.
No.
We will pop bottles. We will buy tables. We're going to have a fancy this and a fancy that. But when it comes to progressing, we seem to be cheap.
Yes.
When it comes to, not everybody, but too many of us are being too cheap when it comes to branding yourself, putting up it takes money to brand yourself. These seminars are made for those reasons. And people are like, I'm not paying no $40 to go there. But you'll buy a bottle at a club that might cost you $250. You might get a table that costs $500, $1,000, whatever. But when you come home and it's time for you to brand yourself, it's $40. That's too high. So I want us to understand that that's a light drop in the bucket when it comes to the content that you bring home and the advancement that you make on your life when you meet people and connect with people. It's all about that. And so I applaud you girls, you young ladies, for putting this together.
I'll be a girl. I ain't been a girl in a long time.
I take that back. you ladies for putting this thing together. And I think it's very important that you're doing this, and I hope that you keep doing it because it's not enough of this. There's a lot of entrepreneurs out here.
It is.
Especially in this area.
It is.
And so that's a good thing. I salute every last one of you guys. I couldn't do it this on.
Yes, and just thank you.
But that's good.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Go ahead. I just wanted to just say thank you for taking the expertise, because far too often we have somebody that's going to go to a book and say, I can gain monetary
Mm-hmm.
wealth off of this, and the experience is not there. The experience is the best teacher, like you said. Yes, you can go to a university and sit down and learn from someone, but until you step foot on pavement, until you get the door slammed in your face, until you are sitting there and you're kind of like stuck because you don't know what to do, until you experience those moments, you can't really teach anything.
Absolutely.
So I commend you guys and appreciate you as well for that.
Thank you
so
much.
before you go, thank you again for coming on. It's been a blessing to have you on.
Thank you guys for having me. I've had so much fun. Like,
I love it.
Sometimes I have fun and sometimes I don't.
You're right.
But I have fun.
But we be
fun.
100 and we
have
silly.
fun.
So at the end of the day, I want to make sure before you step off here, everybody can contact you in case they want to work with you. And I'm pretty sure you guys would do yourself a service by working with this young lady. So give them Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever.
Okay.
Let's do
so
it.
I am Hilari Styles. Hilari Styles. Hilari is Hilari. Hilari. You can reach me at Habitually Hilari, spelled like it sounds, but again, it's Hilari. I am that on Facebook. I am also that on Instagram, Habitually Hilari. So look for me, but also, guys, come and see me on October 1st. Come see me on October 1st. Come
Hey, Jacob,
see me.
that flight, one more time.
And come see me and Kanisha Cross and Demetria Lucas Doyley on October 1st. Get your information. Like Stan said, don't be cheap with yourself. This could be your opportunity. This could be that portal to your next level. You don't even know who you may meet in this seminar. It may not even be about the seminar. It may be about somebody else at the seminar. So come to the seminar and get your learn on, okay? www.mycrossovermedia.com. Sign up. Come on out. I want to see you. I want to love on you. And hopefully you can learn something from me.
Oh, most definitely. I already know. And so thank you again.
Yes.
And man, I like your energy. It's like I want you to come back anytime and promote. Make sure you come on and let us know what you're doing so we can have you back.
I will. Thank you.
We got to wrap it up.
Yes,
Shout out to
sorry,
Jacob.
guys.
Shout out to Jeremy.
Shout out to
Listen
Dana
Vision.
Dane.
Shout out to Dana Dane. I'm so sorry. Shout out to Dana Dane. She's missing. We didn't kind of skipped off. Dane, I'm sorry. Shout out to Dana Dane, my original co-host, which is not here right now. Shout out to Robin Bryan in Atlanta, too. Spotlight over the city, ATL. We'll be right back down there to do the same thing that we started off doing there. Yeah. So on that note, you guys, I want you guys to have a wonderful rest of the week, amazing weekend. Stay positive. Stay away from anything negative. Keep your energy good. Stay sucker free. Always do that.
Yes, sucker. Did you do that for me?
Free.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm from Texas.
Okay.
Stay sucker free.
Stay sucker free. You hear me? You gotta stay sucker free, man.
South.
Yeah, and shout out to the whole South, SOF side of Dallas. You hear me? The South side, always popping. South, everything popping all the time.
Yes.
South Chicago, shout out to all the homies on the South side. Put them pistols down for me, though. Do me that favor. Love hard, live good, God first. Spotlight over the city.